right? Success is repeatable. Success is repeatable. If you can find anyone succeeding in any area, there are unique characteristics that makes that person to succeed. If you can find out those unique characteristics, you can apply it in that area and in every other area of life. The principles, the principles, the laws of success are transferable. They are repeatable and transferable. You can take it from one area into another. They are generic, as it were, because they all tie back to what we call the law of nature, the laws of the universe, the boundary conditions that God has set against which his universe operates. We all are, as it were, we have all been set up by God. Everything that we do or not do is being judged by the principles, the outliners, the boundary conditions that God has already put into place. God is not actively judging. He has set programs in place, programs of reward, programs of judgment. If you do this, you get this. Right? That's why he says that, for as long as the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest time shall never cease. It goes on and says again that he's not mocked. He's not perturbed. He is not deceived. He's not cajoled. Whatsoever person sows, that's what the person will reap. Right? God is a blind judge as far as that goes. And that's where judgment in the natural realm, lends that from. So when you say the lady judge, you see that she's always blindfolded because she's not looking at your deception. She's judging according to what is written. You either fall in or fall out. There are no sentiments in judgment. There are no sentiments in law. Whether it be natural laws, whether it be human laws, or universal laws, irrespective of the field you find yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing on this journey through learning about high performance. It's learning, what makes people tick in different areas and how we can apply that to our own everyday. We're talking about the gold mine, how to get the secrets to high performance in anything you do in life, whether it be as a pastor, whether it be as an evangelist, a prophet, an apostle, a businessman, a worker, whether it be government worker, private worker, your own business. We can all perform at a higher level wherever we find ourselves. And that's what we're going to try to look at as we go through this. So as Akin continues his exploration, he identifies certain commonalities among these different talent hotbeds. He calls them the gold mines of talent. So the things he learned from these different places, he called gold mine of talent. Those are the things we're going to be looking at. These include a competitive environment. So one of the things we're going to be looking at is, and one of the things that made a difference for these athletes is they had a competitive environment, and that's important, but you have to then differentiate it, right? A competitive environment that will spur you up, not that will cause you to work on yourself, not that will cause you to pull anybody down, right? It's a competitive environment that will spur you up to do something about yourself, not pull anybody down, right? Because competition could be both positive and negative. With the person you're competing with at the end of the day is yourself. You're trying to be better than your whole self, not trying to pull anybody down, right? But you still need a sense of competition, a sense of winning, to be able to make yourself, push yourself to the limit, as it were. I was listening to Les Brown this morning. It needs to be worth it for you. It needs to be something that makes you happy when you win, when you get better. You need that kind of environment. You need an environment that will give you passion within. If there's no passion in what you're doing, you will not push yourself to the utmost, right? You need a reason, a why, that will make you push yourself, to get it done. You have to find joy in doing what you're doing, right? I can't find joy in doing this. That's why I go to all lengths to do it. I make enough sacrifice to stop all the things I would have done just to do this. This is the passion area for me. This might not be a passion for you, but you have your own passion, something you would love to excel in, something you want people to talk about you concerning. That helps you, to bring your whole to the table, to make it happen. Another thing that he finds out, amongst the journeys, and we're talking about in the book, is a strong community. When we feel loved, when we feel seen, it will bring our best to bear. Right, there's nothing that motivates you as much as that people know you, people recognize you, people see you, people, you are not invisible, people mark you as important. You want to see the best in someone, let that person feel love, let that person feel belonging. When we don't feel belong, when we feel people are not seeing us, we tend to get depressed. The word depressed, you don't bring your best to the table. So it helps to have a strong community. You want to get the best performance on people, you need to form a community around those people, a place where there's a strong sense of belonging, a strong sense of family, a strong sense of being a part of a tribe, a strong sense of love, a strong sense of people care about me, people love me. I'm important to some people. It helps you to bring your best self to the table. Stories get to tell. When there's danger and someone that you love is at risk, you can do the impossible. You'll find a woman can lift a weight that she could never lift before, just because someone that she loves is at risk. It's called the adrenaline factor. The adrenaline flows inside of you and you become a superhuman, right? Adrenaline is one wonder of nature. I remember one time I was we had an armed robbery attack, and they slapped me. I didn't feel that slap. Why? Because I had adrenaline in my blood. I was a superhuman at that point in time. When everything died down and the adrenaline flowed out of my bloodstream. Yes, I saw that was a swollen high, right? But I did not feel it at that point in time. But adrenaline, is a response to certain things. It's a response to being in danger. It's a response to people that you love being at risk. So when there's a sense of community, it also causes adrenaline to flow into your bloodstream because you want to do it for the people that matter to you. Right. So where there's a strong sense of community, people perform better, even at a higher level than they would typically would have done.